evening, folks, and a very happy Thanksgiving to you all. This is another episode. Let me get that. This is another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels, also known as the Lady Autist. So, we're going to talk about a little bit of news that came down yesterday, a little bit later in the afternoon, in regards to JD's replacement, in regards to Fantastic Beasts 3. Now, originally, Mads Mikkelsen did originally say that it was only a rumor that he would be replacing JD in the role. But now it does look like Warner Brothers has gone ahead and confirmed him in the role. Now, there's a couple of things I kind of want to go over real quick. First of all, in regards to Mads and some of the roles he has played before, I don't really have complaints. He is a good actor. He was brilliant, for example, as Mordru in Doctor Strange, the main villain that was working for Dormammu. So, he was brilliant in that. He was great in Hannibal. The only previous movie I saw him in before was in Casino Royale. He did very well in that. I believe he was also in Rogue One. So, he's a good actor. But here is why I don't feel he would be a really good fit for what I know, what little, of Grindlewald. Grindlewald was more than just a very powerful person. In order to really be able to start a movement, I speak this as a person who's been in grassroots advocacy for many years. It's got to be more than just power and prestige that are drawing people to you. You also have to have charisma. There's got to be something about you that would cause people to not only join you, but be willing to follow you into hell. And from what I have seen from Mads so far, even though he has been brilliant in the roles that I've seen him in, I don't see that type of charisma coming out of him. I see him as someone who would have been a fantastic foot soldier, so to speak, or even a brilliant strategist or counselor. But as a general, as a leader, as a focal point of a movement or a revolution, I don't see him as that guy. And that's what Grindlewald was. He wasn't just a foot soldier. He wasn't like Voldemort, who was just a crazed wizard with extreme daddy issues. He drew people in. He got in close. You know, he was the kind of guy that you would understand would cause these folks to join up with him and willing to be able to follow him anywhere. Whereas I think JD brought that out, and he brought it out brilliantly. I feel like Mads would just be simply doing another rehash of his Doctor Strange character. I feel like the sinister side of Grindlewald he would definitely bring out. But the charismatic side, the side that draws you in, that I feel like would be lacking from the character. So, not to mention, also speaking of, there's a level of showmanship you have to have when you are head of a movement. there's a little bit of razzle-dazzle that you gotta have. You know, that initial thing, that showmanship that draws people in. And I just don't see him as having that. So that's my take on more of the acting side of him taking that role. Now, on the other side of it, I'm not going to attack the guy. I don't think any of us should. I don't think anyone should be calling him a liar either, and I'll tell you why. It could very well be, when Mads was originally asked if Warner Brothers had approached him for a role, that he hadn't been approached yet. Remember when he said, "I had not been approached, I am waiting for the call"? He could have just simply got the call. I do feel sorry for him, because even if he pulls it out of the hat, I don't see that happening, but if he does, his performance will be overlooked and overshadowed because of how Warner Brothers treated JD. He's stepping into a role that essentially was not even written for him. It was written for JD. I believe this has been confirmed back in 2018 when J.K. Rowling initially stood up for him. So he's not only having to deal with walking into a role that wasn't even written for him, he's also walking into this major controversy because people are upset for what happened to JD. You're talking least over 1 million who signed the petition. Not to mention the 8.6 million followers that JD has on Instagram of people. And that's a significant amount of people who may not even go and see the film just because of how Warner Brothers treated JD, especially after that Animaniacs episode. So, I don't think it will end his career, because people who are fans of his will support him by going and seeing the other things that he is in. But I do feel like that he's kind of walking into a train wreck. And he may catch a whole lot of hatred simply because he is walking into the role and he's not JD. So can't lie, I'm gonna feel sorry for the man. I really am. I mean, I don't know if there's any way that he could ever be brought back into Marvel, but I feel like that's a little bit more suiting for him. We'll just have to wait and see on that. Now, that's really all I've got for now. There hasn't really been any new updates. I didn't expect that there would be, given that it is Thanksgiving. There is no official word yet on whether JD is going to choose to appeal to the higher court or not. I'll keep you updated as those developments become available. Now, again, I do want to thank you all for coming today. A very happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Now, as always, this channel does not get a whole lot of views, and the few ones that we do get does tend to get removed by YouTube. So please, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and always, I am always happy to see you all in the comments. I do hope you have a good one. Have a great night, guys. Bye-bye.